Welcome to Season 3 of Off Script with Sam Monk, Senior Leader of Equippers Church. We're talking about what's worked, what hasn't, and leadership lessons from the journey. Enjoy today's podcast.
Okay, welcome back. We've got Byron Marchin here.
Back in it.
Yeah, originally from South Africa.
That's right.
Been in New Zealand
Greatest
for how long?
rugby team in the world.
Hey, he's deceived there.
Greatest
but,
rugby team in the world.
Yeah, anyway, we can pray for him on that matter, but great to have him in the seat. And we're talking men's ministry and all things men's discipleship. And yeah, great conversation last time, and just wanting to wake up the mighty men in our churches. You're talking about, Promise Keepers. Promise Keepers had a big effect in the 90s, 2000s.
That's right.
And just there was a call, and men really arose to that call.
Yeah, a little while ago I was reading about, I was curious because in my teens I attended a Promise Keepers men's event in Auckland, New Zealand, and it left quite an impression on me. Seeing a few thousand men in a room worshiping God, men responding vulnerably on their knees. I thought, I have not seen that anywhere else in life. And so for me, I thought, I've kept that through my life, that's possible. Men being that vulnerable to God. And so I went reading about it recently and learned that in between the span of 1991 to 1996, so 5-year span, Promise Keepers was initiated in 91.
Wow.
And by 1996, there were 1.2 million men in annual gatherings. Like, absolutely phenomenal.
Wow.
And yet, so why that stood out to me is because the accusation is men don't want to gather, men don't want anything spiritual, but yet, given the right opportunity and the right call to Christ, they gather.
Yeah.
And they're willing to do it in the millions.
Come on.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah, so that myth is...
we've got to call it a myth.
Yeah.
So we've got to stop perpetuating the lie that men don't want to gather, men are reluctant. I just don't think there have been enough men who would poke their heads up, stand in front, and call men to Christ.
Yeah.
There's got to be a bold call to Christ.
And we want to see that happen.
Absolutely.
Again, in that way, but also in the context of the local church.
Correct.
Because, that's where some men are missing.
Yes.
But there is a new awakening happening. We talked about that, especially among younger men. But I want to talk about just in this whole thing of, it's innate within a man to want to conquer something.
Correct.
To go after, that sense of adventure. That's why I like church to me. My definition of church is a whole lot of friends challenging one another to go higher in God. It's just
Love that.
Hey man, there's a challenge to this.
There's a sense of challenge.
If there's no challenge, it's like, tap out, not interested. But if there's a challenge, there's a sense of adventure that's released, in the hearts of women as well, but especially men.
That's right. And so I think when men see church as a place where they come and sit to listen, that's where the interest starts to wane.
Yeah.
But what I found is that I think we've also got to not just realize that men wanting to gather is a myth, but that men don't want discipleship.
Yeah.
Discipleship is hard, deep work, and it's a big challenge.
Yeah.
And if you can articulate that to a man, he will see how adventurous that is, and he'll turn up for it.
Yeah, well, it's interesting, just the fitness craze over last decade.
That I've watched from the outside in on, yeah.
But, guys just, love the challenge, the CrossFits,
really do.
The high rocks, the, pushing their body to the extreme limits, it's like all to get in shape, to have a great physical body. But, I wonder... I feel that crosses over to when it comes to the body of Christ. It's like, man, we want to present a beautiful body.
Yes.
That's worthy of Christ.
Yes.
And it's just like the extremes, the limits that people will go to, in the natural. I believe there's that desire in the spirit as well. That's
right, Sam. I think we've seen the uptake of physical challenge, like you've explained. And then there's been the mental, emotional well-being. That's been a huge challenge. Yeah. And so guys have turned up for that. But there's this, and I reckon this is driving the the quiet revival, the awakening of men, is that the one they don't have answers for that the church does is the deep spiritual side of them.
Yeah.
And this is where if we can offer them discipleship, I think men are going to turn up looking for the deep change that they've got questions about.
Yeah. And then even Paul speaks about the physical exercise profits a little. So it's good.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
it's
right.
good. We're not dissing physical exercise.
Correct.
It's great. It profits a little, but not as much as spiritual exercise.
That's right.
That profits us a lot and into eternity as well.
That's right.
The effects of that are huge.
That's right. Paul says it'll benefit you in this life and the next.
Yeah.
And yet now there's a question mark about the next, right? So when I was younger and on the kind of evangelistic thrust, I was having to have conversations about people regarding which religion was more true. Now the evangelistic conversations are, is God good? So there's acknowledgement of spirituality in God.
Yeah.
And what do I do with the deep longings of my heart, the deep cravings of my heart, and what happens in eternity?
Yeah.
And so there's this acknowledgement that God exists, but is he good? And is he good for me? And then what do I do with eternity? It's a long time.
Yeah.
So this is drawing this awakening out. God's put eternity in the hearts of man.
Yeah. Totally.
And they're responding to it now.
Yeah. And just this need to, and that's where guys get into trouble is when they try to satisfy their appetites with wrong things.
Correct.
But there's an appetite within us, and it's good getting free from addiction, getting free from other. But if you don't fill that space,
that's right,
that's created, which often doesn't get talked about enough because it's sometimes, the leaving one is, leaving something is easier when you know what you're following.
That's very good.
So by nature, the whole nature of leaving your past is by following Christ.
That's right.
Yeah, and I think in a lot of places we don't talk enough about the following Jesus is not just the leaving. It's actually, man, I'm embracing this challenge to change the world.
Yes,
and that starts by changing myself.
It's so good.
Yeah,
I think you're so right in that. What I think poor discipleship has been, you need to not do that. Yeah. Stop thinking that way. Stop doing that. But actually, a lot of what men are grappling with is actually a God design for satisfaction, pleasure, purpose, ambition, all things given by God.
Yeah, totally.
But being misdirected towards things in this world. And even the church fathers and the Puritans all spoke about kind of misordered loves. It's not about suppressing a man's emotions or his inner world. It's actually redirecting them.
Yeah.
And so it's actually helping a man see that satisfaction, ambition, drive, aggression, all these things are things that God has placed inside of us that's given for a purpose, but we're using it to drive our own lives and our own destruction.
Yeah, it's so true. And it's just like, that's where guys get into trouble because there's just a suppression.
That's right.
A suppression rather than, hey, I need to fill this space.
Yes.
And yeah, you can be a believer in Christ, but you can still be looking to escape.
That's sad, yeah.
Yeah, and we use many different things to escape from our reality rather than embrace the adventure that God's called us to. So yeah, it's that whole side is like, and when you suppress, you're not owning your emotions.
That's very good.
Yeah, and so how do we go about just finding that place of adventure?
I think it's about I think it's about the gap between desire and fulfillment.
Yeah,
is everything is trying to shorten the gap between desire and fulfillment. But I think if men can realize there is a greater fulfillment in God,
come on,
if I would wait on him.
Yeah.
And this is where Isaiah says, you will renew your strength if you wait for God.
Yeah.
Yet men are depleting their strength by filling their desire, their sexual appetites, their physical appetites, their emotional ambition. They're filling it with lesser things.
Yeah, totally.
And so their strength is being depleted. But the adventure comes in is when you wait for God, when you go after God.
Yeah.
Strength comes.
Yeah.
And there are strong men.
Totally.
And they need to be discipling other men and showing that waiting for God and not taking control of their own lives. They need to show that that is a better way.
Yeah. I think with the latest fitness craze, people understand that now from a physical point of view.
True.
Is like delayed gratification.
Yeah.
The whole thing, do the hard thing first.
That's right.
And, then it'll pay off in the end.
Yeah.
But guys sometimes haven't transferred that over to the spiritual world.
It's so good.
Spiritual world is like, hey, delayed gratification. It's you delay it, the overall fulfillment will be better. It's just like, man, I like steak.
Yeah,
vegetables good. Yeah, vegetables okay. But it's like, if I'm eating my plate, I'm going to eat the vegetables first.
Yeah, get it out of the way.
Get it out of the way because I need them. It's important for me. I can't just survive on, fried food or anything like that. It's like vegetables first, and then I'm going to leave the steak, the good part, to the end because that's the taste that I'm going to be left with as well.
That's right. I think we've got to. The adventure is not just what happens out in the world.
Yeah,
there's an adventure in God.
Yeah,
spiritually. And I think if we can help guys see that, this is being filmed on a Thursday. My men's discipleship group is on a Wednesday. And I've just come out of teaching them on fasting. And one of the things we spoke about was that the first thing we think about when I bring up the topic of fasting is the lack of food. But actually, I spoke to them about the adventure in God.
Yeah.
The depths, like when was the last time, this is one of the questions I ask guys, when was the last time you enjoyed God?
Yeah, it's a good question.
When was the last time you enjoyed God? Like they've waited for God, they've turned up to church for God, they've behaved themselves for God, but when was the last time they enjoyed God?
Yeah.
And so the challenge we put out last night when I'm teaching on fasting was just stop eating for a moment.
Yeah.
So that your soul can experience something deep and something high of God.
Yeah. And then you get to realize you come to a place where God is better.
This is exactly it.
Than KFC.
I mean, there's a point where you realize that.
God is better than anything that you've ever tasted.
That's right.
Tasted or seen before. It's just, but without denying your natural hunger.
That's right.
You'll never experience
the depths in God, the heights in God. Yeah. And so I put some, again, the direct challenge is, when was the last time you enjoyed God?
Come on.
Like actually walked away from an encounter going, I want that again.
Yeah.
And that messes you up for the regular.
Not just doing stuff for God.
That's right.
Yeah.
Or turning up to church for God or being a good boy for God. No, when was the last time you enjoyed God?
It's great. I think that's a huge thing.
Yeah.
It's a huge thing, man. It's like, man, God, you do so much for me, but I'm not just in it because you do good stuff for me.
That's right, Sam.
I'm in it because you're just amazing. Yeah.
You're taste incredible. And see that the Lord is good, right?
Yeah.
And I want guys, and so the challenge, we're preparing for a fast and coming up, and so we're teaching guys about it now, but I said to them, man, once you have that encounter with God, food, even the best food is going to lose its sense of desire in your heart. Because you're like, man, I'll give that up to have another one of those hits in God.
There's so many principles like generosity as well.
Yes.
Is like generosity is the feeling of just being generous.
Yeah.
Is amazing. And it's like, guys challenge you one night, how generous can you be?
Yes.
In fact, Paul talks to the Corinthians and goes, your zeal has stirred up the majority. It's like in this whole area of generosity. It's so like, it's provoked something in the hearts of other people, just saying, hey, you're missing out if you're not being generous.
That's
Whereas
right.
the sense of, the world is withhold, it's yours.
Yes.
But kingdom flips that on the head, and it's like, how generous can you be?
That's
It's
right.
just challenging one another. Go on an adventure with God.
That's right.
In terms of generosity and kingdom impact and influence that goes beyond, and it goes beyond anything that you can control. Because, we all like to be in control, but I've found that vulnerability is a man's strength.
So good.
It's where a man's strength is actually found, is like, can they put themselves in a place where they are vulnerable, which is a good challenge, because if we're insecure, we'll want to control more. But when we're vulnerable, you're actually putting things in the hands of God. And my encouragement to all the men out there is be first responders. Don't wait for your wife to respond.
That's right.
Don't wait for your sisters to respond. Be a first responder when it comes to worship. When it comes to being in the house of God. I believe that's where strength is found. When you are the first one to respond. Yeah, you're putting yourself in a vulnerable place, but I believe that is what God's put within the heart of a man. And so let's live out this God adventure.
Amen.
Good conversation, bro.
I'm enjoying it, man. This is so good. We could go
so
all
good.
day.
I hope people are benefiting from it, and stay tuned. We're going deeper into this.
Scary.
And so I feel like we should do another episode. What do
I
you
think we
reckon?
should.
Yeah?
I'm keen.
Yeah, you're keen?
Let's do
Okay, see you back next time.
Thanks for listening to Off Script with Sam Monk. If you found this podcast helpful, make sure you pass it on. We love your feedback, so drop us a line about what topics you'd like to hear about on Off Script with Sam Monk.